Now he's got to side draft him. Get to that left rear quarter panel. Pull him back to you. Hope the 22 gets to you. Push you in front of the 42.
Side by side down the backstretch.
What matters now is what line's going to get the help from behind. What's Blaney going to do here? There's going to be a huge push from the top.
Side draft once again. Larson, Elliott Sadler, side by side, coming into the tri-oval. They bump. 3 wide. The big move on the inside. A huge win for Haley.
Wow.
Where did that run come from?
That was a veteran move.
They got side by side for the lead. They got slow. Haley got a big push, made it 3 wide.
He did.
You cannot go below the yellow line to advance your position, but if you get pushed below the yellow line, well, here he is. There's clearly room there. That's going to be a tough call for NASCAR.
It's going to be a very tough call.
The thing is, there was room between the 1 and the yellow line. Like, it didn't really, I don't think it helped him, Junior. Do you?
No.
I mean, I think there was room, so he could have been right against the 1 and not been below the yellow line. So, I don't know. Tough call for NASCAR.
It is a tough call. I really think that's your natural reaction as a driver to make that move, because he thought that the 1 car was coming down. So it's he's not looking at the line. It's a natural reaction.
Well, NASCAR's made the call. They said the 24 went below the yellow line to advance his position. Winner, Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson ends up winning. As you see, Haley was trying to celebrate, thinking it was his. The team was coming out there, but the rule is very clear. You cannot go below the double yellow line to advance your position. We saw the left side tires get below the double yellow line. Kyle Larson out-duels Elliott Sadler for the win.
Bobby Hamilton unable to clear Papadine until just now.
Looks like he's got him cleared now. Look,
Here comes Ricky Craven back on the outside.
Way on the outside.
Almost into the wall. They're dicing and dancing again as they cross the start finish. And Bobby Hamilton makes the pass. And problems right as they go across the start finish line. Another big crash as they go across the start finish line. And the white flag had come out as they cross the start finish line. That will mean, I believe, Bobby Hamilton will win the Florida Dodge Dealers 250.
Bobby Hamilton just riding behind Jimmy Spencer.
And we have to remember, there are trucks that have come to a stop just inside of turn number 1. There was an accident that took place just as the pack was going by the start finish line. Checkered flag flies. We'll find out if it's Jimmy Spencer or Bobby Hamilton.
Wow, Bobby Hamilton was aggressive on that last lap, wasn't he?
Well, he sure was. He drove to the outside.
Ultra Motorsports celebrating.
I don't think we know the answer to this question yet, Rick.
Bobby Hamilton is just discussing what happened at the end of the race. Did you think you won?
Well, I mean, they got footage of it, and they're supposed to use the footage. I don't know when the flag fell, but the light should have come on with the flag, and I was ahead of when the light come on, because I looked in the mirror, I seen smoke. I was right down there at the end of pit road, the light come on, and I was a half a truck ahead of him. So that's where the timing line is, so I don't ever say nothing. They're going to have to show me that one.
All right, Bobby Hamilton a little bit upset at the finish of this race.
All right, Jimmy Spencer's got to stay in the truck here as Red Dog Barnes' crew chief talks to him. Stand by for 1 second, because guess what? They're still reviewing video. I know this is crazy. It's not official yet, but let me tell you something. When they do announce it, if it's you, you're sitting in victory lane at Daytona.
I believe I won the race. I saw the accident happening behind me and stuff, and I did not appreciate what Bobby did to me. He turned me sideways like that, and but that's life. He was trying to win a race too, but it's going to be a long year, and he's got a tough son of a bee driving this team ASE Dodge. He is be careful. He ain't messing with some punk.
When the yellow light comes on, Bobby Hamilton is in front of Jimmy Spencer.
I think that's the yellow lights right there, Michael. See if we can see him go on here. Bobby's definitely ahead of him. There's a yellow light coming on. I'm telling you, to me, that would be irrefutable proof that Bobby Hamilton would win this race.
Not if
on the last lap, they will use video or any means necessary to try to determine who wins the race.
He is getting the official word. Guess what? You're second today, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe that. That's hard to believe.
Unbelievable. This is just like Homestead whenever we didn't know for sure who the champion was at the end of 2003. They're going to fire up the Snap-on ASE Dodge, and they're going to back it up. Here goes Jimmy Spencer. The crew is back here, and everyone says, well, I can't believe it. That's just the word down here in Victory Lane. So Jimmy Spencer will leave, and I believe they'll push over Bobby Hamilton's 04 truck, and there'll be a very strange victory celebration here at Daytona.
He's thinking about winning the race. He's got a fast car on his bumper. Truex and Logano making a run here.
Yeah, and they're trying to work the... Oh, look out!
That hole closed up quick.
Man, Truex makes a nice save. He got pinched.
White flag.
White flag is out. 2.6 miles to go. Oh, trouble, trouble. The big one on the dinger, on his lid. Side over side, end over end.
Kevin Harvick's going to win this race. Yeah, that's...
The race is official because the white flag was displayed, and Kevin Harvick was in the race lead.
He was at the he was in the lead at the start-finish line, but did he continue to have that?
The checkered flag is displayed, and I guess the biggest question in our minds right now is it going to be Clint Bowyer or is it Kevin Harvick? All right, here is what NASCAR was looking at.
Harvick's going to lead this at the line.
But remember, it is also the scoring loop.
Yes. So he's ahead right here. So it's a matter of when this caution is displayed. And see the trouble here.
And there.
Right there, you see Kevin Harvick just behind Clint Bowyer.
And there,
that was close.
And the yellow comes out right at that point, and that's how Clint Bowyer wins this race by a nose. And let's go back and see what happened that actually ended this race.
But Jimmy Johnson got out of shape first there. It saves it. And right behind him, everybody starts getting together. Looks like Tony Stewart forces Allmendinger upside down.
Boy, and that, thank goodness the safer barriers on that inside wall.
Yeah, and we've seen in the past that when something happens behind the leaders that NASCAR's let these guys race back, but obviously this was in an area they would have been racing back to, so they had to throw the caution.
Unofficial results and things subject to shuffle and change. Already one adjustment has been made. Where Jimmy Johnson was originally listed as finishing in 8th position, now he's being shown as finishing in 7th. Where Denny Hamlin was originally listed as finishing in 7th, now he's being posted as the 9th place finisher. So the points unofficially, pending further review, going forward, 14 between the top two with 3 races to go. That's still plenty close. And at the time moment where the caution was called, here you see Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin. And that's how they'll be scored, 7th, 8th, and 9th at the end of this race.
Well, you know, it's incredible. They talk about how close the truck race was. The checkered flag fell 10 minutes ago, and these guys are still passing one another. Right. I mean, you're just about to finish.
That's funny.
How they doing that? But look at the outside line. Jamie McMurray in the 42 car. Michael Waltrip in the 15. He's fighting his way back up.
Gordon inches ahead. Right there is where Junior is so strong. Sailing off into the
trouble.
turn.
One car around, and it's Brian Vickers.
All right, the caution is out, and we are past the red flag lap. We are past the red flag lap. But remember, the field was frozen when the caution flag came out.
And who at that moment was the leader? We'll have to go back and see.
It would be obviously either Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 or Jeff Gordon in the 24.
Brian Vickers able to drive away after bringing out the 11th caution of the day in turn 3.
Well, there's no debris. There's no problem with the racetrack. I mean, I can't imagine we can't get this thing back started here with 4 laps to go. And when you are challenging the call, you pull up beside the guy. So how many challenges do we have here?
Jeff Gordon will be the leader.
And I think they just told the crowd that too.
Scoreboard is not yet changed to reflect that, but that is what we're being told as of the moment of caution. There is the spin.
And you saw he was about a half a car length ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr. when Brian Vickers was completely sideways. Yellow light's already blinking.
That's the kind of finishes we have here. We normally just have them down here at the start-finish line.
And in NASCAR's determination at the moment of caution, that's when they decide who is the race leader. Not at the instant the car spins, but when the caution is issued by the NASCAR officials next door and on the flag stand.
And you got to remember, when they say up over here in the booth, put it out, it takes a second for the flagman to even get it out.
There you see right there, the yellow light's roam. So we pretty much know if we're going to get back racing, we have to get one to go this next time.
Oh boy, that could be disastrous.
And for that to happen, NASCAR needs to make sure that the track is clear and that the field is aligned. The fans, of course, they want to see a green flag finish. Safety of the drivers, though, is paramount. And Jeff Gordon will win the Aaron's 499 over Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, and Robbie Gordon.
Was the decision by NASCAR correct? Did Gordon win the race as far as you're concerned?
Well, I mean, I'm biased, of course, but I felt like I was ahead of him before the light came on, and certainly, I mean, if I beat the light, I had to been pretty close on the flag. So, you know, I don't know. I couldn't see the flag stand. I don't know exactly how NASCAR makes their decision on freezing the field, exactly when they freeze it, but I thought I was a miles ahead of him. I didn't even think it was close, but it's a great points day, first or second. So pretty happy about that. Unfortunately, you know, we don't make the decisions or the rules, and we'll listen to what NASCAR has to say. I think Tony Sr. wants to see the film, wants to see what their decision, how they base their decision, and we'll go with that. So we've learned in the past to keep our mouths shut and to keep a better attitude about it, and it was a fun. I mean, I had a blast. I had so much fun. You know, it was a couple times I shouldn't have finished the race, so we were real fortunate just to be where we were at the end.
Eric Almirola out in front. David Reagan dropping back a few spots. Justin Allgaier giving a shove to Eric Almirola, and into the wall goes David. David Reagan slamming into the wall.
Behind you, no caution yet. Outside.
Darrell Wallace Jr. quick across the inside wall. The caution has not come out. The race is still on. Justin Allgaier on the high side. Eric Almirola on the bottom of the racetrack. Coming at a turn 4. And the caution will come out. Now we'll have to go back to video to find out who was in the lead when the caution light came out.
See, the light's green. It's still green.
We're slowing it down. Light's still green. Light is still green as we look forward to the next one. Now it's off in yellow. And right there, how do you determine from this view? That is so close between Allgaier and Almirola.
I say the 98. It looked like to me the 98 was a little further ahead.
Yep. But to your point, Rick, that view is very, very difficult. And this is what NASCAR has to take in mind. Multiple camera views, sync up all the cameras, see if there's a better shot. This is gigantic for these two race teams.
Right.
Think about the 7, Justin Allgaier trying to make the chase.
One of the things that they're going to use, the technology they're going to use, is every camera is synced up time code wise. So the camera that we just showed, that vantage point, they will sync this up, the time code of when it went to yellow. And you see up in the right-hand corner, green light goes out. When the yellow light comes on right there, they'll sync that up with the other cameras, and they can look from a different perspective that will hopefully give them a better view of who was in front when the yellow light came on.
By that view, I think the 7. So I've given 2 opinions in a matter of 1 minute.
So you picked, let me get this straight. So you picked the 2 cars that were out front.
Well, I can't be wrong. There you go.
Oh, wait a minute.
There you go.
Yes! Awesome job, Fred Biaggi. Way to call. Fuel only, buddy.
Almirola wins at Daytona again. The officials are holding them, even though the celebration has begun with the team. Here's another look from the front. That is so close. And it was a matter of fraction of a second. that determined between Eric Almirola being in front or Justin Allgaier being in front.
Yeah, I just, again, we wanted to end at the start-finish line, no doubt. But they wanted to roll safety personnel. There are a lot of hard impacts on the back straightaway. Cannot fault NASCAR. We've seen drivers injured before. They need to get safety personnel to them quickly. Got no problem with that call whatsoever.